So this holiday season, Barrie Fire and Emergency Services hopes that everyone takes this opportunity to gather safely together and to ensure that when you do that, that you stay in the kitchen, because unattended cooking is the #1 cause of fires during this holiday season. Everyone likes to cook at the holidays. It brings the group together in such a great way, but unattended cooking is the #1 cause of fires during this season of the year. So if you are going to be cooking for a large group of people, or if you're just, getting everything prepped for them for when people do come over, or if you're traveling, make sure that you stay in the kitchen and that you make sure that all of the cooking that you're doing that day is done in the safest way possible, because it's going to be delicious. But if your house is on fire, no, we're coming over for dinner and nothing's going to be edible. If you have a fire in the kitchen, if a pot catches on fire and you're there at the very beginning stages, if you could put a lid on it, a tight-fitting lid, or in the event that you don't have a tight-fitting lid, a cookie sheet, a metal cookie sheet is sort of a universal lid, put it over there and try and stop as much oxygen getting to the fire as possible. Then if it's safe to do so, reach around, turn off the heat source, or if it's in the front, turn the heat off, and then call 911. If you walk in and the kitchen is fully aflame in the area of the stove, grab your people, get outside, call 911, and let us take care of it. Smoking safety is also very important during this time of year. People come over, they may or may not be familiar with your house rules, so the safest thing is to not smoke, but if you do have to smoke, smoke outside. And extinguish your cigarettes or your cannabis products into deep ashtrays or pails filled with sand or water so that they're definitely out. Do not butt them out into planters and other things that hide the butt but can smolder for a long period of time. So smoking safely at this time of year is critical because our statistics tell us that it is the #1 cause of fatal house fires during this time of year. Also, during the holiday season, a lot of people like fresh cut trees in their homes. So when you are selecting a tree, make sure that it has been freshly cut. And when you do take it home, that you cut off the bottom 2 inches or 5 centimeters so that it's able to take up water and keep itself fresh over the season. You have to put water in the base of the tree every day. It is critically important. And that when you decorate it, you use fire-safe decorations and lights that are meant for indoor service. They stay cooler than lights that are meant for outdoor service. So ensure that all of your decorations are meant to be used indoors and that you are able to keep your tree away from any heat sources like registers, heaters, space heaters, fireplaces, so that it doesn't have that opportunity to dry out faster. We always like to ensure that people are able to keep their cats and their dogs away from their trees so that it doesn't get knocked over and hit other things. And when you do put those lights on, that you check them very carefully and make sure that the strands are not frayed, because that is an opportunity for electricity to arc, and a tree is a perfect ignition source for fuel source for that ignition source. So we need everyone to if they have a fresh cut tree, to make sure that they keep it watered and decorated with the right type of decorations. And if you do have a wood burning system, make sure that you have your chimney cleaned every year before you start using it. That creosote can build up as you use it, and it creates a chimney. It can create a chimney fire, which is a very important and critical thing to watch for, because that chimney goes all the way through the house, through the roof system and outside. So it can ignite the rest of your house quicker than should be. Working smoke and CO alarms are always something that we like to promote every time of the year. If you have the opportunity, push the button, make sure that it rings and that it's less than 10 years old, and if they're interconnected, that they all go off. And if you have people over for a period of time, let them know what the home escape plan is. Do you meet out in the front? Do you grab your kids and go? Who's responsible for the dog? Just make sure that everyone has a good idea about what the plan is, and exit the way that you've been directed and meet us all out at the front. And then the fire department will take care of the problem. Barrie Fire and Emergency Services wishes everyone a safe and happy holiday season. And from our house to yours, have a great holiday.